Today we visit Si Phang Nga National Park in Phang Nga Province, covering an area of about 246 square kilometers. The park was officially established by its proclamation in the Royal Gazette on the 16th of April, 1988. The park's terrain is characterized by steep mountains, cloaked in dipterocarp forests, much like the neighboring Khao Sok National Park, located to its east. In this video, we take a short hike to Nahm Tok Tam Nang, a 63-meter-high waterfall set amid picturesque and lush surroundings. The trail runs alongside a small stream known as Klong Tam Nang, tracing its path upstream. We are in the dry season and there isn't much water in the stream. Nonetheless, there are plenty of fish. These specific fish are known in Thai as Pla Phluang, which translates to Mahseer Barbs, a species of cyprinid fish with the binomial name Neolissochilus stracheyi. This fish, part of the genus Neolissochilus, is endemic to Myanmar and Thailand and can grow to a length of up to 60 centimeters. Park authorities have tagged many trees along the trail, giving visitors a sense of walking through a botanical garden or arboretum. These labels are cleverly attached to the trees with spiral cords, ensuring they won't cut into the bark or damage the trunks as the trees grow. It's hot, yet we've arrived early in the morning and there are no other visitors around. This gives us the chance to take in the natural sounds of the forest without any disturbance. Although often hidden from view, the variety of sounds reveals that the forest is teeming with life. We pass through a bamboo grove. Bamboo is a large, fast-growing plant belonging to the grass family. It features hollow, jointed stems, and can grow at exceptional rates, sometimes up to several centimeters to a meter or more in a day. Bamboo is widely used in construction, crafts, and as a sustainable resource due to its rapid growth and versatility. Some of the forest giants we encounter have buttressed roots, large, flat, outward-spreading roots that form at the base of some tall trees, typically found in tropical and subtropical rainforests. These roots extend from the trunk at an angle, creating a supportive structure that helps stabilize the tree and spread its weight over a larger area. The distinctive shape of buttress roots is thought to provide additional stability on shallow or nutrient-poor soils, where traditional deep rooting may not be as effective. Most of the trail is unpaved, and over time, rainfall has in some places eroded the soil, exposing tree roots. This makes hiking in some sections a little more challenging. In a forest clearing, from a small pedestrian bridge, we spotted a rare chestnut-bellied Malkoha, a large and slightly ungainly cuckoo, which is known by the scientific designation Phaenicophaeus sumatranus. The chestnut-bellied Malkoha has glossy green feathers on its upper body and a grey coloration on its lower body and head. It features vibrant orange skin around the eyes, a chestnut-orange belly, and similar colored undertail coverts. Its bill is a greenish yellow, and its tail is green with white tips. The bird typically clambers about in the middle and upper levels of lowland forests, and along the edges, as it forages. We continue our walk uphill and pass by a large tree with buttressed roots. At the top of the staircase is a flat section with some trees, which in Thai are called Nood, and otherwise are known only by their botanical name Hancea stipularis. This species of tree is listed in the family Euphorbiaceae. It has a self-supporting growth form and bears simple, broad leaves. At another clearing, a fallen tree had blocked the path, but park authorities cut through the trunk to create an opening, allowing hikers to pass. We can now hear the sound of water from Klong Tam Nang, the river that runs alongside our path. Note that in this context, the Thai word of Klong refers to a natural flow of water, rather than its more widely recognized meaning, which is a canal. In southern Thailand, the word Klong often features in the names of small rivers and streams. Examples include Klong Sok in Surat Thani and Klong Laon in Ranong. We've arrived at Nahm Tok Tam Nang, a stunning 63-meter cascade. At the base, there's a pool known as Wang Pla Phluang, which translates to Palace of Mahseer Barbs. It's home to a large group of these fascinating fish. After a sweaty trek in high temperatures and humid conditions, it's time for a refreshing swim and a chance to join the fish in their natural palace. As we glide through the cool, crystal clear water, swimming with the fish in this natural sanctuary, surrounded by lush greenery, and as the waterfall tumbles into our secluded pool, we can't help but envision what paradise must be like. These barbs thrive in fast-flowing rivers and streams. It is an omnivorous fish, eating plant material, insects, small invertebrates, and other fish, adapting its diet to its environment. Its role in nutrient cycling makes it a crucial part of local ecosystems. These fish may form shoals in areas with abundant food, but they can also be territorial, especially during the breeding season when they migrate upstream to spawn. Although not endangered, the species faces threats from habitat loss, overfishing, and pollution. In Buddhism, fish symbolize constant awareness and compassion, and they are one of Buddhism's 8 auspicious symbols, known as Ashtamangala. The Chinese word for fish, yu, sounds like words meaning to exceed and surplus, which is why fish often represent prosperity and abundance in Chinese culture, in addition to symbolize tenacity and fertility. In Christianity, fish symbolize Christ and are used by Christians globally to express their faith. The Greek word for fish, ichthys, is an acronym for Jesus Christus Theou Euio Sota, meaning a Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. Jesus often used metaphors to compare the righteous and righteousness with fish, in contrast to Satan and evil, which is often compared with a snake. On our way back, we spotted a Southern Forest Crested Lizard, a reptile with the binomial name Calotes Emma Emma, and also commonly known as Emma Gray's forest lizard. It has a distinctive appearance with a high crest running along its back and tail, and typically has a slender body with long limbs and a relatively elongated tail. The coloration can vary, but it's generally a mix of greens and grayish browns, providing excellent camouflage in forested environments. As an arboreal creature, this lizard spends much of its time in trees, in search of insects and other small critters to eat. As we continue along the trail, we come across trees with remarkable aerial roots, hanging down from their branches and trunks, like nature's own dangling ropes. Unlike underground roots, which draw water from the soil, these aerial roots are designed to absorb moisture from the thick, humid air of the tropics. Next, we spot a forest crested lizard, scientifically known as Calotes Emma. As is obvious from its binomial name, it is a cousin of the Southern Forest Crested Lizard that we saw earlier. Although it's from the same genus, this lizard has quite a different coloration. Its back is brownish olive with darker brown bands and a white stripe running along each side, whilst near the shoulder, there's a black fold with a jagged white edge. As we walk back to the parking lot of the national park, we see the sunlight filtering through the canopy. We were fortunate that the canopy offered ample shade, protecting us from the scorching sun. From the treetops, we can occasionally hear the loud, unmistakable sound of cicadas filling the air. Typically, the insects themselves remain hidden within the dense foliage. These insects are usually more often heard than seen and are a symbol of the wild. Their loud distinctive sound is produced by only the males in order to attract females, and can be as loud as over 100 decibels, making them among the loudest of all insects. Their sound is produced by complex membranes on the sides of the abdominal base, which are called tymbals. They produce their high-pitched noise by rapidly vibrating these membranes, whilst enlarged chambers derived from the tracheae amplifies the sound even more. They can also modulate the noise by wiggling their abdomens toward and away from the surface that they are on. We caught a glimpse of a woodpecker, but it flew off too quickly for us to get a good look. However, later on, we heard its distinct pecking sound in the distance and tried to pinpoint its location. We are pleased with the wildlife we encountered during our brief visit to the park. Although we didn't see the more spectacular animals that roam elsewhere in the park, we found the experience fulfilling, considering we only explored a small part of this vast nature reserve. As we approach the edge of the park, we hear faint voices and traces of human activity, a subtle reminder of the world beyond the forest. Back at the parking lot, we spot a sign pointing towards a hiking path leading to another waterfall in the park, known as Nahm Tok Tam Nang. We glance at the trailhead but decide that visiting one waterfall in a day is enough. We exit the park along the same way we entered, which leads us past its campground and cafeteria.